Welcome to Law Days and Lattes, the podcast where we blend the world of law and business with a warm cup of information and common sense. I'm your host, Sidney Wheelan, attorney, real estate investor, and business owner. Each week, we'll be your go-to source for legal insights, business advice, and so much more. Whether you're a seasoned professional, an ambitious entrepreneur, or simply someone seeking guidance, we'll have you covered. From navigating the legal landscape to empowering you with valuable business strategies, we'll explore the legal side of life and enjoy a virtual latte along the way. So, grab your favorite latte, get comfortable, and let's dive into Law Days and Lattes. Hello, and welcome back to Law Days and Lattes, where we talk legal strategies over a strong cup of coffee. I'm Sidney Wheelan, attorney and estate planner, here to help you make smart decisions that protect your family and your future. This podcast is sponsored by the Wheelan Law Firm, now serving families and businesses in two convenient locations in Moberly and Carrollton. Today's topic, family trust. What are they, how they work, and why they might be the perfect solution for passing on the family farm, hunting land, or other outdoor property. Let's dig in. What is a family trust? A family trust is a legal structure that holds assets on behalf of your chosen beneficiaries, usually your spouse, children, grandchildren, or other family members. Think of it like a box. You, as the grantor, place assets like land, investments, or equipment into the box. A trustee, often yourself while you're alive, manages what's inside the box. After you pass away, your successor trustee steps in to continue managing or distributing those assets based on your written instructions. So why should you consider a family trust for land? Let's talk specifically about land. Farmland, hunting acreage, or recreational property. These properties often come with sentimental value, family tradition, and serious financial worth. A family trust can keep land in the family for generations. It avoids probate, making the transfer smoother and more private. It can, with your rules firmly in place, protect the land from potential disputes between heirs. It can allow for shared use and maintenance plans. It can provide continuity of ownership, even if individual family members pass away or divorce. It can reduce estate taxes in some cases, especially if tied to other strategies. For example, if you have 250 acres that your grandkids love to hunt on every Thanksgiving, a trust can make sure that they continue to have access without the land being sold off to settle an estate. The pros of a family trust? Let's talk some benefits clearly. 1, it avoids probate. Keeps your estate out of court, saving time, money, and stress. It keeps the family peace. You control how the land is used, sold, or passed down. Asset protection. It shields the property from creditors, divorcing spouses, or even financially irresponsible heirs. There's flexible control. You decide whether the land is held in trust permanently, sold under certain conditions, or divided by generation. And maybe best of all, it's private. Unlike a will, a trust isn't a public record. So, what are the cons? No legal structure is perfect. Here are a few drawbacks of a family trust. First is the upfront cost. It costs more to set up than a basic will, but it does so much more. It does require ongoing management. Someone has to maintain the trust and file separate tax returns in some cases. Sometimes there are potential conflicts. Trustees must follow the trust rules. That can cause some friction if there are certain family members that disagree with your instructions. And it's not foolproof. Poorly drafted trust or failure to title the property correctly into the trust's name can still lead to court battles. But here's the thing. With good planning and legal guidance, most of these drawbacks are easily managed. So what are some good uses for the family trust? I can think of 3 right away, but there are many others. But farmland, hunting land, and family property are great places to start for the family trust. Let's talk real-life scenarios. For example, let's say farmland. You want your land to stay in agricultural use, not sold for development. A trust can spell that out, down to who farms it, how it's leased, or even when it can be sold. What about hunting property? You want your kids and your grandkids to keep using the cabin and the land, but not fight over who pays the taxes or when they can hunt? A trust can create a schedule, designate maintenance funds, or even hire a land manager. What if you have mixed-use recreational land? Maybe you've hosted weddings or retreats. A trust can allow for continued income generation while preserving the family's recreational use. So if you're thinking about creating a trust, here's what to keep in mind. Title the property correctly. The land must be transferred into the trust, and we do that by a deed. Just writing a trust isn't enough. 2, choose a reliable trustee. This could be a family member, an attorney, or a professional fiduciary. 3, be clear about usage. Will the land be kept, sold, leased, shared? It's important that you're specific. 4, include a maintenance fund. Set aside money for taxes, insurance, and upkeep. 5, plan for succession. Don't just name your children. Think longer term. Who manages after they're gone? And some final thoughts. A family trust isn't just a legal document. It's a tool for legacy building. If your land is part of your family's story, a trust can help preserve it with the values and intentions that matter to you most. It can take the guesswork and drama out of inheritance and make sure your farmland, your favorite deer stand, or your pondside cabin are used exactly how you envision. So if you own farmland, hunting land, or outdoor property and want to make sure it stays in your family or supports your family for generations, now is the time to talk to a qualified estate planning attorney. If you're in Missouri, I'd be happy to help. Let's make your legacy last. Thanks for joining me today on Law Days and Lattes. If you found this episode helpful, hit the subscribe button, leave a review, and share it with someone else who needs to start planning their estate with confidence. Have questions? I'd love to talk with you. Please reach out to me at wheelanlaw.com. Until next time, my friends, invite your family to sit down over coffee and talk about how to pass on your legacy so that future generations can continue to enjoy and grow together. Have a great week.
This podcast episode contains general information for discussion purposes only. Each case is different and must be judged on its own merits. Missouri rules generally prohibit lawyers from advertising that they specialize in particular areas of the law. This show should not be construed to suggest such specialization. Nothing on this show should be taken as legal advice for any individual case or situation. This information is not intended to create an attorney-client relationship, and the listening or viewing of this podcast does not constitute an attorney-client relationship. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.